All right, let's begin. Jai Radhe Jai Krishna Jai Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan Keshi Ghat Bamsi Bhat Dwadash Kanan जहाँ सब लीला कैलो श्री नंद नंदन श्री नंद यशोदा जय जय गोपागन श्री दामादि जय जय धेनु वत्सगन जय वृषभानु जय कीर्तिदा सुंदरी जय पौर्णमासी जय अभिरा नगरी जय जय गोपीश्वर वृंदावन माज जय जय कृष्ण सखा बटु द्विजराज जय राम घाट जय रोहिणी नंदन जय जय वृंदावन बासी जत जन जय द्विज पत्नी जय नाग कन्या गण भक्ति तेजाहारा पैलो गोविंद चरण श्रीरस मंडल जय जय राधा श्याम जय जय रस लीला सर्व मनोरम जय जय ज्वल रस सर्व रस सार पर किया भावी जहाँ ब्रजे ते प्रचार श्री जानव पद पद्म कोरिया स्मरण दीन कृष्ण दास कहे नाम संकीर्तन जय कृष्ण जय जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन. We are reading from Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 8, Madhya-lila, talks between Lord and Ramananda. I am planning to finish this today. From Monday onwards, I'll take a little break for 10 days during this from Chaitanya Charitamrita. But during this time, I will be reading from Tripura Rasya Gyan Khand, and we will be doing an English class in that. So Navratri, which is the next 10 days where we celebrate Devi, that is starting from Tuesday, actually, 9th. And the next 9-10 days are very important. It is the period for Devi. So all those Devi devotees, I had promised them last year that last year we did Mahatmya Khand from Tripura Rasya. So one section was done. The second one is Gyan Khanda, which was pending, and I had already promised I'll be doing it in this this session. So next 10 days, starting from Monday, I have plans every day. The class will be every day. I'm not missing any. Even it's on Saturdays also. So the class will be every day, and I'm planning to finish all the entire Rasakand in the next 10 days. So today will be the last for Chaitanya Charitamrita, because that's why I want to finish this chapter today. Okay. Yesterday we heard about the glories of the gopis and how the love of gopis is so pure. It is devoid of any lust. There's not a tinge of lust. Among the gopis, there is not a pinch of desire for sense gratification. Their only desire is to give pleasure to Krishna, and this is why they mingle with him and enjoy with him. One who is attracted by the ecstatic love of the gopis does not care about the popular opinion or the regulative principles of Vedic life. Rather, he completely surrenders unto Krishna and renders service unto him. If one worships the Lord on path of spontaneous love and goes to Vrindavan, he receives the shelter of Brajendra Nandan, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Brajaloke rakona bhavalaya yei bhaje bhava yogya deha paya Krishna paya vraje tahate drishtanta upanishad shruti gana raga marge bhaji paila Brajendra Nandana. In this liberated stage, the devotee is attracted by one of the 5 humors in the transcendental body, in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. As he continues to love and serve the Lord in that transcendental mood, he attains a spiritual body to serve in Goloka Vrindavan. very important thing to understand. We have spoken about Mukti many a times. I've spoken about it. Again, I'm going to give you that knowledge about it. There is 5 type of Muktis. So far, most of the people have learned only about the Sayuji Mukti, because in our times, the literature that is popular is only talking about Sayuji Mukti, whereas Sayuji means merging with the impersonal Brahman feature. So people think this is Mukti. All the Advaitis, they say, oh, Brahma Satyam Jagat Mithya. So you are just the drop of the ocean goes and dissolves in the ocean. And then it's all only ocean. You are just an Atma. Atma goes and, just dissolves there. And Nirvana means being situated in the Brahman effulgence. God is Nirakar. Being in the Nirakar, your Atma, your Nirakar means you're omniscient, you're omnipresent. Yes, of course, those things are there, no doubt. They talk about Advaita. So after, when you have that experience, you will be in that Advaita, you will be in the Nirakar. You will be omniscient, omnipresent. Soham, you will be that Bhagwan. Shivoham, I am Shiv. So that kind of feelings, those statements they say. So that is one part of Mukti that is there. Bhagwan has acknowledged that also in Gita. Those who are Sankhya yogis, like the Bodhas, Sankhyan was one of the gurus of the Buddhist philosophy. So those who are Sankhya yogis, and Sankhyan learned from Kapila only, understand this. So those who are the Buddhists, or those who are the Advaitvadis, those who worship God in the formless, they definitely will get a mukti like that, because Gita Bhagavan says, "Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam sadai bhajamyam." The way you look at me, I will reciprocate accordingly. So if somebody is looking at Bhagavan as a Nirakar, as omniscient, as cosmic energy, supreme energy, and not as an energetic, he's just energy. So of course, after your death, you will be situated in that energy. But then there are other devotees who are not considering Bhagavan as this energy. They consider Bhagavan as their own father, mother, son, master. So what about them? They don't think Bhagavan is Nirakar, Bhagavan is formless. They don't think, they know Bhagavan is form. He's like Krishna, he's like Ram. I love him like Ram. I love him like Krishna. I love him like Radha. I love him. I love Bharas Devi, Lalita Tripur Sundari. So what about these devotees? Where do they go? Do they also go in the Brahman effulgence? Well, they will see the Brahman effulgence. That is the first stage of Mukti. But they travel further. They go beyond. Because here on earth, when you are serving him, like he is your son, and you have a motherly feeling for him. So when you leave the planet, you're serving, say, baby Krishna. When you leave the planet, you go to Krishna's lok, and there he will be at one area, he'll be baby Krishna. And you will be the mother in your spiritual body. So in your spiritual body, you will be the mother and he's baby Krishna. And the way you loved him here, the spiritual body is inside, right? The way you loved him here on planet Earth, you will actually get a chance to serve him there on planet Goloka. So he is there like a baby Krishna, spiritual body, Sachidanand. You're also having a body, spiritual body, Sachidanand, and you get to serve him there as baby Krishna. If you loved him here in conjugal love, Sakhi bhav. So when you leave your body, your spiritual body will go to Goloka Vrindavan. And at another Nikunja, at another grove, he is there as this young Nitya Kishore, eternally youthful boy. And there you are, eternally youthful Sakhi. And you serve him. The way you have served him here in Adi-lila and all those leelas are there. So your mind is always serving him like this, the young couple. You go to that grove and you will serve him there like that. So those type of muktis are called as, so Sayuj was merging in the effulgence of Brahmajyoti. The other muktis, there are 4 muktis. Samipya means getting the closeness being in close association with him. Samipya, Sarupya, looking like them. They all look beautiful. Everybody, all the Sakhis look like Radharani only, looking like them. So Samipya, Sarupya, Salokya, living in his planet. And Sarshti. Sarshti means enjoying all the opulences, whatever is available in those planets. On planet Earth, there is always a disparity. There are rich and there are poor. But on those lokas, there is no disparity. Everybody is enjoying the same opulence as Bhagwan is enjoying. And you are free to go anywhere because now you are qualified enough to be with Bhagwan. You are Bhagwan's very own. So for a devotee, these 4 other types of mukti, of liberation, is mentioned by Bhagwan Kapil, who gave us Sankhya Yoga. He himself has mentioned that these are the 5 types of liberation. So this is what they are saying. In his stage, in his liberated stage, the devotee is attracted by one of the 5 humors in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. And as he continues to serve the Lord in that transcendental mood, he attains a spiritual body. As I told you, a spiritual body of a mother, a spiritual body of a Sakhi, a spiritual body of a Dasya, spiritual body of a Sakha. All these are mentioned. Now, in Adi-lila only Sakhi Bhav is there. You read Rupa Goswami's Ujjwal Nilmani. There are Sakhas also. So some devotees might want to be just Sakha of Krishna. So those leelas also happen in those places, and you get that spiritual body. Those saintly persons who represent the Upanishads are vivid examples of this. By worshipping the Lord on the path of spontaneous love, they attained the lotus feet of Rajendra Nandan, the son of Nanda Maharaj. Great sages conquer the mind and senses by practicing the mystic yoga system and controlling the breath. Thus, engaging in mystic yoga, they see the super soul within their hearts and ultimately enter into impersonal Brahman. But even the enemies of Bhagavan attain that position simply by thinking of Supreme Lord. So this is the thing. The enemies are also thinking of him. So they are also getting mukti. And where do they go? In the Brahman effulgence. However, the damsels of Raja, the Gopis, being attracted by the beauty of Krishna, simply wanted to embrace him and his arms, which are like serpents. Thus, the Gopis ultimately tasted the nectar of the lotus feet of the Lord. Similarly, we Upanishads can also taste the nectar of his lotus feet by following in the footsteps of the Gopis. This shloka was from Srimad Bhagavatam. The word Angri Padma Sudha means associating intimately with Krishna. One can attain such perfection only by spontaneous love of God. One cannot obtain Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan simply by serving as per the regulative principles. Nayam sukho api sukho apo bhagwan dehinam gopika sutah jnaninam chatma bhutanam yatha bhakti matamiha. This also comes in Srimad Bhagavatam, where Srila Sukadeva Goswami is glorifying Mother Yashoda and describing how Krishna was subjugated by her love. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the son of Mother Yashoda, is accessible to devotees engaged in spontaneous loving service. But he is not accessible to mental speculators or to those striving for self-realization by severe austerities and penances, or to those who consider the body as the same as self. Ataiva gopi bhava kari angikara ratradina chinta radha krishnera vihara. Rai says, therefore, one should accept the mood of the gopis in their service. In such a transcendental mood, one should always think of the pastimes of Sri Radha and Krishna. Siddha dehe chinti kari tahana sevana sakhi bhave paya Radha Krishnera charana. Here he is giving us the process Siddhadeha Chinta Chintikari. So you have to first get into that meditation, that into the thought that you are the Sakhi. And that's what we do in every Adi-lila class or Radha Nidhi or Vrindavan Memory. Slowly it is getting into the Sakhi bhav. So you are a Sakhi always and serving them. After thinking of Radha and Krishna and their pastimes for a long time, and after getting completely free from material contamination, one is transferred to the spiritual world. Therefore, the devotee attains an opportunity to serve Radha and Krishna as one of the gopis. So when we do the class, Adi-lila or Hitcharasi or whatever, my Sakhi class, my Prem class, which happens at different time, that is what we are doing. For 1 hour, the meditation is we are Sakhis, we are Sacharis, we are maid servants, and we are serving Radha Krishna in divine various moods every day. Right now, the class is only 3 days. But the 3 days, people in India get up at 5 o'clock in the morning who are attending the class. That is how the mood has to be trained. And that those stories or those pastimes are so beautiful that once you have read from the beginning till the end, slowly, slowly the pastimes start appearing in your mind. And then whenever you close your eyes, the pastimes are always going on. They never leave you. And this is a process. It is given. Now we are learning from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Who is hearing? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who is he? He is Krishna incarnate in the mood of Radharani. So Radha Krishna combined is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is listening. In fact, he has made Ramanand Rai speak. And Ramanand Rai says, you are asking me so many questions. You are the listener. You are the speaker. He has made him speak. Why? For the benefit of people like us. So that we understand what this rasopasna of Vraja is. He's making it official that this is an upasana where you think, where you visualize your Siddhadeha as a, maybe you're a gopi, you have motherly feelings, but you may be in conjugal love also. And that love is accepted. When we read Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran, so many devotees, Shukdev ji has mentioned. But of all the devotees, there are Siddhas like Bhishma Pitamaha, Prachetas, Priyavrat Manu, Kapila, all, he has gone saying so many things. Bali, Prahlad, all of them, Dhruva, they attained God by regulative principles. And then in 10th canto, that's the biggest canto, he only speaks of the Leelas of Vrindavan, and in all those devotees, he only speaks of the most highly he speaks is that of the Gopis of Vrindavan. Their bhakti, which is beyond regulative principles. And the best part was when the Gopis were practicing the regulative principles, they go to Katyayani. Because in the Vedas it is said, pray to Katyayani to fulfill your desires. So they are going to Katyayani to ask Sri Krishna as their husband. And Bhagavan Krishna gives them that pleasure. So they are doing karma-kandas. But with Krishna, the love is spontaneous. And that spontaneous love is accepted as the highest love by the highest Paramhans Chakra Churamani, the crown of all Paramahansas, the crown jewel of Paramahansas, Sri Shukdev Ji, who has been personally taught by Sri Vyasadeva. So this love, conjugal love, everybody is unanimously voting the highest love. The highest love. And how the rasopasna happens? First, you have to think you are a Siddhadeha, you are a Gopi, you are a Sakhi. And then what do? You read all the padas. So you are hearing now, this is called Gaudiya Sampradaya. So in Gaudiya Sampradaya, they are speaking. When I am speaking of Adi-lila or Hitchaturasi, which is coming on the new channel, Vrindavan Mahimamrit Hitchaturasi, I think 20 padas have already been given. Those padas, Hitchaturasi, Adi-lila, there is more going to come in future, Sevakvani and all. All those padas are given in Radha Vallabh Sampraday, which is different than the Gaudiya Sampraday. Gaudiya Sampraday is from Bengal, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Radha Vallabh Sampraday is an independent Sampraday, and Hit Harivansh Mahaprabhu is the founder of that Sampraday. And in today's Yuga, Premanand Ji, whom you hear, everybody knows about Premanand Ji now. Premanand Ji belongs to Hit Sampradaya, Hit Harivansh Ji Sampradaya, which is, and the temple they have worship is Radha Vallabh. So Adi-lila and Hit Chaturasi, they all come in that Sampradaya. So all those leelas where we see our young Radha and Krishna are spending time loving each other. Yesterday we discussed about Sukshma Prem and Sthula Prem, means love, external love and internal love. All that loving pastimes are coming in rasopasna. This is an upasana. This is a worship method, which is way too different than the worship methods given in the Vedas or the Puranas. This is not ritualistic here. It's spontaneous love, spontaneous seva. No rituals here. So rasopasana. So this has been given Radha Vallabh. What we are reading is from Radha Vallabh Sampraday. Then even before this Gaudiya Sampradaya, there was Nimbark Sampradaya. It is still there. Nimbark Sampradaya is still there. Nimbark Sampradaya is the original Sampradaya. In that also, they have Mahavani Ji. Their Granth is Mahavani. Mahavani is also just like Hitarumanji's. This conjugal love. This is the description that is happening in there. Then there is Hare Ram Vyas who wrote Kelimal. That also is there. So you go to Nidhivan. Those areas, you will see all the kunjas are there and they are worshipping Radha Krishna in this mode only. So when you go to Vrindavan, the upasana, the worship of Vrindavan, which is hidden, this is the worship in Sakhi Bhav, Sachari Bhav, Kelimal, or as written in Kelimal, or as written in Mahavani, or as written in Hitcharasi, or in Adi-lila. Or Gaudiya Sampradaya also, they talk the same thing. Now we are hearing this. The talks between Ramanand Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Same thing they are talking. And when we read their bhajans also, Narottam Das Thakur has a bhajan. Let me see if I can find the bhajan. Or maybe next time I'll sing the bhajan. One of the bhajans is like same thing. Let me see. Bhajans are beautiful though. I don't know. I'm not. Anyways, next time I'll sing it. I promise. Now I'm not able to find where the bhajan is. Where like he says, this is Narottam Das Thakur's bhajan. See the Sakhi Sewa is giving. So Narottam Das Thakur comes in the parampara of Nityananda Mahaprabhu, same Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's only, and his bhava. Radha Krishna Prana Mora Jugal Kishora Jivane Marane Gati Naro Nahi Mora. He says Radha and Krishna are my life and soul. In life or death, I have no refuge other than them. And now he's discussing about the seva. What seva I want to do? What service? This is Sakhi Bhav, seva. This is exactly what is mentioned in Adi-lila or Hitchatrasis. Kalindira kule keli kadambe ravana. Kalindira kule keli kadambe ravana. Ratana bedira upar bosabo dujana. Radha Krishna pran mora Jugala Kishora. He says, in a forest of small kadamba trees on the banks of Yamuna river, I will seat the divine couple on a throne made of brilliant jewels. Shama Gauri Ange Divo Chandane Gandha Chamara Dulabe Kabe Heri Mukh Chandra. He says, I will anoint their faces, their dark and fair forms with sandalwood paste, scented with chuya, and I will fan them with chamara whisk. Oh, when will I behold their beautiful faces? Gathiya mala tir mala debo dohar gale adhare tuliya dibo karpur tambule. After I will string a garland of multi flowers and I will place them around their necks. I will offer them tambul scented with camphor to their lotus mouth. Lalita Vishakhadi Jata Sakhi Vrinda Agya Koribo Seba Charanar Vinda. With the permission of all the Sakhis, Lalita and Vishakha, I will serve the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dasera Dasa Sewa Bilasha Kore Narottam Dasa. Narottam Das, the servant of Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, longs for this service of the divine couple. Got it? So this is Sakhi Bhav. We are serving the couple always. This is what he is mentioning here. The devotee attains an opportunity to serve Radha and Krishna as one of the gopis. If we are doing this service here every day, this upasana, then when you leave this body, your Siddhade is already there. You go there and then you start serving them in the same way. How do you get this? Gopi anugyatya vina aishwarya jnane bhajileha nahi paya vrajendra nandene. Unless one follows in the footsteps of the gopis, he cannot attain the service of the lotus feet of Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaja. If one is overcome by the knowledge of Lord's opulence, he cannot attain the lotus feet of Lord, even though he is engaged in devotional service. So Bhagavan is our own friend. He is not somebody who is a king. If you think he is a king, not possible. He is our own friend. The unspoken example in this connection is of the goddess of fortune, who worshipped Lord Krishna in order to attain his pastimes in Vrindavan, but due to her opulent lifestyle, she could not attain the service of Krishna in Vrindavan. Once the Ras-lila was happening and Laksmi Ji came, and she's like, call him outside Krishna. So the other gopis are standing there as gatekeepers. Who? Krishna? Who are you? Oh, tell him, I am his wife, the queen of Vaikunthas. So the gatekeepers, the Sakhis, they're like, so what? We don't know any queen, okay? And we don't take your orders. We have only one queen, Vrindavaneshwari queen. She's Radharani. We don't know who you are. What are you talking? You don't know me who you are. Go and tell him I have come. They're like, we don't take orders from any other queen. It's okay. You're not allowed here in this place. Please go. And and Krishna also didn't come outside because he's enjoying inside. Nobody's allowing him to go out. Who is Lakshmi? We don't know who Lakshmi is. And Lakshmi thinks, wow, what has gotten into this Krishna? All the time he's lost in Vrindavan. He doesn't come out of the Nikunjas, out of the groves. And the girls are not allowing her, because to be there in that Nikunja, you have to become the maid servant of Radharani. And Lakshmi is like, I will not become a maid servant. I am the queen of Vaikunthas. You're asking me to become a maid servant of some cowherd girl? Okay, go. And Krishna is not coming out. He's hiding inside with Radharani and enjoying and telling the gatekeepers, maintain that. And Lakshmi Ji gets angry, and then there is a place called Belvan, and she goes, and Lakshmi Ji is meditating. Even till date, in Belvan, Lakshmi Ji is meditating that Krishna will come out from those interiormost grows. These are all beautiful leelas. Anyways. Yes, Sachari Bhav and Sakhi Bhav is the same. Sakhi means a friend and Sachari means who is always constantly attending them. So like two best friends, who always attend to each other's needs. If I'm living with a friend, I'm always helping her. So being an attendant, but not like the attendant like how in the world is, Naukar and Sevak, not like that. We are friends and we are always attentive. We are servicing them all the time. All right. After this, when Mahaprabhu heard all this, he was so happy. He embraced Ramananda Rai and both of them embraced each other and then they began to cry. The entire night they passed away in this beautiful love, ecstatic love of Godhead, and in the morning they both departed to tend to their respective duties. But before departing, from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Ramananda Rai fell to the ground and caught hold of Lord's lotus feet and then spoke to him submissively. He said, Mora kripa karite tomar eha agamana. You have come here only to bestow your causeless mercy upon me. Deena dasa rahi shodha mora dushtamana. Therefore, please stay here at least for 10 days and purify my polluted mind. Oh my Lord, but for you, there is no one who can deliver all the living entities. You alone can deliver the love of Krishna. The Lord replied, Prabhu kahe, Ailana suni tumhara guna, Krishna katha suni shuddha karaite mana. Lord replied, having heard your good qualities, I came here. I have come to hear about Krishna from you, and you have purified my mind. Now that I have actually seen your glories and what I heard about you, O Ramananda, they are all making sense. As far as the pastimes of Radha and Krishna in loving mood are concerned, you are the limit of knowledge, Ramananda. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued to say nothing of 10 days. As long as I live, I shall find it difficult or impossible to give up your company, O Ramananda. You and I shall remain together at Jagannath Puri. We will pass our time together in joy, talking about Krishna and his pastimes. In this way, both departed to perform their respective duties, and then in the evening, Ramananda returned to see Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus they met, and again, sitting in a secluded place, they started discussing about devotional service by the question-answer process. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would ask questions, Ramananda Rai would reply, and in this way they would go on in discussion throughout the night. On one occasion, Prabhu kahe, Kaun vidya madhe sara? Oh Raya, tell me, of all the educations, which one is the most important? Rai kahe, Krishna bhakti vina vidya nahi ara. Rai said, no education is important other than the transcendental devotional service of Krishna. Then Mahaprabhu again asked, out of all glorious activities, which is the most glorious, Rai? Rai replied, that person who is famous as the devotee of Krishna enjoys the utmost fame and glory. He is the most glorious. Then Mahaprabhu asked, of many capitalists who possess great riches, who is the topmost? Rai kahe, Radha Krishna prema yara sei bada dhani. Rai said, he who is richest in love for Radha Krishna is the greatest capitalist. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, of all kind of distress, what is the most painful? Rai kahe, Krishna bhakta vira vina dukkha nahi dekhe para. Rai said, the only biggest unbearable happiness is separation from Radha Krishna. There is no other dukkha in this world, but being away from Bhagwan, that's the biggest dukkha. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, out of all liberated persons, who is considered to be the greatest? Krishna prema yara say mukha shiromani. And I replied, he who has love for Krishna has attained the topmost liberation. Then Mahaprabhu again asked, among many songs, which song is to be considered the actual religion of living entity? Radha Krishnera Prema Keli. Ram is replying, Radha Krishnera Prema Keli. Yehi Gitera Marma. So he says those songs, those padas, like Geet Govinda, or 42 लीला, और हित चतुरासी, और महावाणी, और केलीमाल, और विद्यावाचस्पति, all their padas, which are describing, all those songs describing the loving affairs of Radha Krishna, is superior to all the songs. Then Mahaprabhu asked, out of all auspicious and beneficial activities, which is the best for all living entities? Krishna Bhakta Sangha Vina Shreya Nahi Ara. Or I replied, the only auspicious activities is associating with Krishna Bhaktas. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked, what should all living entities constantly remember? Krishna Nama Guna Lila Pradhana Smarana. Krishna Nama Guna Lila Pradhana Smarana. Ramananda Rai says, the chief objective of remembrance are always the Lord's holy name, qualities, and pastimes. So what we have to remember all the time? The Lord's names, his qualities, and his pastimes. Wonderful. Then Mahaprabhu asks, out of many types of meditations, which is required for all living entities? Rai says, Radha Krishna Padambuja Dhyana Pradhana. Those who understand Hindi. Radha Krishna Padambuja. Padambuja means lotus feet. Dhyana is Pradhan. So Rai says, meditating on the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna is the chief duty of every living being. Mahaprabhu asked, where should the living entity live, abandoning all other places? Vraja Bhumi Vrindavana Yaha Lila Rasa. He says, Ramananda says, he should live in the holy places such as Vrindavan or Vrajabhumi, where the Lord performed his rasa dance. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then asked, out of all topics people listen to, which is the best for all living entities? Radha Krishna Prema Keli. Again and again is saying, Radha Krishna Prema Keli means the loving affairs of Radha Krishna. Prema Keli, Karna Rasayan, they are medicine for the ears. Hearing about the loving affairs between Radha and Krishna is most pleasing to the ear. I was always mentioning, right? Yesterday, that shloka is given here now. Yesterday, I told because every time we talk Radha Krishna's loving affair, Radha Krishna's loving affair, Radha Krishna's loving affair, if our mind is not pure enough, sometimes these words are very irritating. What are you talking all the time? Loving affair, loving affair, loving affair. But I explained yesterday, like a thorn removes a thorn, like a poison removes a poison. Our mind is used to hearing all these stories. So hearing about these stories of Radha Krishna only purifies the mind. And I told this, Shukdev Goswami has mentioned this in a shloka. Now that shloka is given here in Srimad Bhagavatam. I am reciting that shloka. 10.33.39 Srimad Bhagavatam. The shloka says, विक्रीडितं व्रजवधूभिर इदं च विष्णो श्रद्धान्वितो अनुशृणुयाद् यथा वर्णयेद्यः भक्तिं परं भगवती प्रतिलभ्य कामं हृदरोगमासु अपि अपाहिनोत्यचेण धीरः. Shukdev Goswami, who described the Gopi Geet, nobody can be more pure than him. Nobody can be more pure than him. There is a story about Shukdev Goswami. He used to be always naked, first of all. He was 16-year-old, but his mind was like a kid, 8-year-old. And he was walking, and there were girls taking bath in the river. When he is walking, the 16-year-old is walking. The girls and the women, they are not covering themselves. They are nicely taking bath. And Vyasdev is coming asking for, where is Shukdev? Where is Shukdev? Vyasdev follows. Shukdev is gone. And Vyasdev follows. And the moment Vyasdev comes, all the ladies, they start covering themselves up. Vyasdev is also pure, but they start covering themselves up. Vyasdev stopped and looked at the ladies and he's like, my son also went through this way, right? They said, yes. He is just 16-year-old and I'm an old person. He is 16 and I'm an old person. Did you guys, I think you guys didn't cover up when he was going. Why are you covering it in front of me now? And the lady said, he is that pure. You are a married person. You have seen things and experienced things which he has not. And in his eyes, there is no lust at all. Even if he looks, he does not look. His eyes are that pure. His mind is not into anything. His mind is not even into his own sense organs. His purity is beyond. That's why we don't feel anything in front of him. But when you came, we became a little conscious because you have seen, you're a married person. So you're also pure, but we became a little conscious. But with him, we don't feel that. So just imagine when women, they say this person is pure. Women have, we have sixth sense. If somebody is looking at us, we know. But these women are saying, your son is even pure than you. That is Shukdev Ji. And that's why Shukdev Ji was chosen to speak the Bhagavatam, because in Bhagavatam, these Gopi Leelas were going to come, especially the Rasa Panchadhyaya was going to come, and especially the Gopi Geet, the loving affairs of the Gopis and Shri Krishna was going to come. Who can speak this? Only that person can speak who is pure from his, not only in his senses, his mind. I mean, any impurity of the world has not touched him. Only that person. That is why Shukdev is called as the crown jewel of Paramahansas. A Hansa is a bird which can separate water and milk. Swan. Water means worldly waters and milk means spiritual waters. A Paramahansa means who does not even get into worldly waters. That is Paramahansa. Paramahansa, Ramkrishna Paramhans. They live in the world, but they are not worldly at all. Ramkrishna Paramhansa, he sees his wife. He's gone beyond lust and Kanchan Kamini, lust and greed. People got him married to his wife, and the wife, day one of, they have to consume the consummation of marriage. They have to spend the night together, and he sees his wife and he's like, Kali Maha. And he starts worshipping his wife. Have you heard of this? That kind of purity, staying with the wife and worshipping her as Kali Maha. Nothing could bring him down. He was in this world. So he's Paramahansa, Ramkrishna Paramhans. One time Swami Vivekananda wanted to test him. That really, is he acting or is really that pure? Because Ramkrishna Paramhans did not touch money also. Kanchan Kamini se dur raho, like keep away from lust and greed, women and money. So Swami Vivekananda just put some coins below his bed. And Ramkrishna Paramhans went to the temple, came and sat on the bed, and he felt a shock. And Ramkrishna Paramhans is like, something is there, something is there. People are like, we just cleaned it up, nothing. He again sat. Again he got a shock. He said, no, something below the bed, take it out. And when they take out, there was coins. Vivekananda says, I'm sorry. That kind of purity. So he is Paramhans. Getting it? A Paramhans or a Goswami is that person who has mastery over his senses. Under all circumstances, even if he's with thousands of ladies, his mind is not going to fall down. That is Paramhans. And Shukdev Goswami is called the crown jewel of Paramahansas, whom even the Paramahansa revere, whom even Paramahansas worship. That is Shukdev Goswami. And he was chosen to give the Gopi Geet. And what is Gopi Geet? Describing the loving affairs. Rasa Panchayata is describing the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna. Radha Krishna Prema Keli. And that's Shukdev Goswami is saying, he who faithfully hears, in 10.33.39, he who faithfully hears about the dealings between Lord Krishna and the gopis in the rasa dance, and he who describes these activities within, he who describes these activities attain to the perfectional stage of devotional service and simultaneously lose material lusty desires. A liberated person who hears about the loving affairs of Radha and Krishna is not inclined to have any lusty desires. It goes away. That's the potency of Radha Krishna Prema Keli. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very happy. He's asking, among all worshipable objects, which is the chief? Rai says, Shrestha Upasya Yugala Radha Krishna Nam. He says, of all the worshipable things one must do, the greatest worship is constantly chanting the Yugala Nam. Radha Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe. One must constantly chant the Yugala Radha Krishna Nam, according to Srimad Bhagavatam. And what is the destination of those who desire liberation and those who desire sense gratification? Mahaprabhu asked. Rai replied, those who attempt to merge into the existence of Supreme Lord will have to accept bodies like those of trees. And those who are overly inclined towards sense gratification will attain the bodies of demigods. And Rai continued, those who are devoid of all transcendental mellows are like the crows that suck the juice from the bitter fruits of Nimba tree of knowledge, whereas those who enjoys mellows are like the cuckoos or who eat the buds of mango tree of love of Godhead. The unfortunate empiric philosophers taste the dry process of philosophical knowledge, whereas the devotees regularly drink the nectar of love of Krishna. Therefore, they are the most fortunate of all. In this way, both Bhagavan and the Bhakta, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai, passed the whole night relishing the mellows of Krishna Katha. Topics about Krishna, while they were chanting, dancing and crying, the night ended. The next morning, they both departed to perform their respective duties. But again in the evening, Ramanand Rai returned to meet the Lord again. That evening, they held the discussion for some time, and then Ramanand Rai caught hold of the lotus feet of the Lord and spoke. There is variety of transcendental truths, the truth about Krishna, the truth about Radharani, the truth about their loving service, the truth about transcendental humors, and the truth about Lord's pastimes. You have manifested all these transcendental truths in my heart. That is exactly the way Narayana, Lord Narayana, educated Lord Brahma. The super soul within everyone's heart speaks, not externally. Where does the super soul speak? Speaks from within. He instructs the devotees in all respects, and that is his way of instruction. He said, Ramanand Rai said, he had but one doubt within his heart, and he petitioned the Lord, please be merciful upon me and just remove this from my mind. He said, Prabhu, at first I saw you appear like a sannyasi. Now I see that you are Sham Sundar, the cowherd boy. And now I see you appearing like a golden doll. And your entire body appears covered with a golden luster. I see, so Ramananda is seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's body transforming into Krishna. So first he says, I was seeing you as a sannyasi. Now I'm seeing you as a cowherd boy. Now I'm seeing you covered with golden luster. Now you are holding flute to your mouth and your lotus eyes are moving restlessly due to so many ecstasies. I actually see you in this way. And this is very wonderful, my Lord. Please tell me, without duplicity, why? What is happening to me? Who is causing this? प्रभु कहे तुम्हार गाढ़ कृष्ण तुम्हारा गाढ़ प्रेम है प्रेमारा स्वभाव है जानिया निश्चय प्रभु said you know what Ramananda you are deeply in love with Krishna and that's why you're seeing Krishna in me and he says you have a deep love for Krishna and one who has such deep ecstatic love for Lord naturally sees things in such a way please take this from me to be certain. A devotee advanced on the spiritual platform sees everything movable and inert as the Supreme Lord. For him, everything he sees here and there is but manifestation of Lord Krishna. The Mahabhagavat, the advanced devotee, certainly sees everything mobile and immobile, but he does not exactly see their forms. Rather, everywhere he immediately sees manifests the form of the Supreme Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, a person advanced in devotional service will sees everything and within everything, the soul of souls, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. Consequently, he always sees the form of Sri Krishna as the cause of all causes and understands that all things are situated in him. Lord Chaitanya continued, my dear Rai, you are an advanced devotee and are always filled with ecstatic love for Radha and Krishna. Therefore, whatever you see anywhere and everywhere will simply awaken your love for Radha Krishna. राय कहे प्रभु तुम्ही छाड़ा भारी भूरी मोरा आगे निज रूपा ना करिया चुरी. Rai said, why are you talking all this to me? I know who you are. Please do not conceal your real form, my Lord. Give up all this serious talks that you're doing to me. Rai continued, my dear Lord, I can understand that you have assumed the ecstasy and bodily complexion of Srimati Radharani and that's why you're appearing golden to me. And by accepting this, you are tasting your own personal transcendental humor and have therefore appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. My dear Lord, you have descended in this incarnation of Lord Chaitanya for your own personal reasons. You have come to taste your own spiritual bliss. And at the same time, you are transforming the whole world by spreading the ecstasy of love of Godhead. My dear Lord, by your causeless mercy, you have appeared before me to grant me liberation. Now you are playing in a duplicitous way. What is the reason for this behavior? Lord Shri Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure and Srimati Radharani is the personification of ecstatic love of Godhead. These two forms had combined as one in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This being the case, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed his real form to Ramananda Raya. Lord showed Radha Krishna combined together. And seeing this form, Ramananda Raya lost his consciousness. In transcendental bliss, unable to remain standing, he fell to the ground. When Ramananda Raya fell to the ground unconscious, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu touched his hand and he immediately regained consciousness. But when he saw Lord Chaitanya in dress of sannyasi, he was struck in wonder. After embracing Ramananda Raya, the Lord pacified him, informing him, he said, Tuma vina ei rupa na dekhe anya jana. You are the only one who has seen this form. Nobody else has ever seen this form. मोर तत्व लीला रस तुम्हारा गोचरे अतएव ए रूपा देखे तुम्हारे. O Ramananda, all the truths about my pastimes and my mellows are within your knowledge. Therefore, I have shown this form to you. Actually, my body does not have a fair complexion. It appears fair because it has touched the body of Srimati Radharani. However, she does not touch anyone but the son of Nanda Maharaj. I have now converted my body and my mind into the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, and thus I am tasting my own personal sweetness in that form. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then admitted to his pure devotee Ramanand Rai, now there is no confidential activity unknown to you. Even though I try to conceal my activities, you can understand everything in detail by virtue of your advanced love for me. The Lord then requested Ramanand Rai, keep all these talks a secret. Gupte Rakhila, Kahana Kariyo Prakash, please keep all this within you. You're not going to tell everybody. Amara Batula Cheshta Loka Upahasa. Since my activities, I behave like a madman. You have seen me, you know it, but externally, I'm like a Batula. I behave like a madman. So people may take them lightly and they may laugh. Ami eka batula, tumi dvitiya batula. I am a mad person, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. I am a mad person already. Ami eka batula, and you are another madman. Tumi dvitiya batula. Atev tomaya amaya hai samatula. That's why I am a madman, you are a madman. We both are mad people. We know each other. But if you tell the world, they will not understand and they will laugh. So please keep it all within ourselves. It's not going out. All right. So after that, for 10 nights, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai spent a happy time discussing the pastimes of Krishna. And the conversations between Ramananda Rai and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu contain the most confidential subject matters, touching on the conjugal love between Radha and Krishna and Vrindavan. Although they talked at great length about these pastimes, they could not reach the limit of discussion. Actually, these conversations are like great mine, where from a single place, one can extract all kinds of metals, copper, metal, silver and gold, and also touchstone, the basis of all metals. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai worked like miners, excavating all kind of valuable metals, each one better than the other. Their question and answers are exactly like that. Next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu begged Ramananda Rai to give him permission to leave for 10 days. After 10 days, he said, can I just leave now? And at the time of farewell, the Lord gave him some orders. He said, Rai, give up all the material engagements and just come to Jagannath Puri. I will return there very soon after finishing my tour and pilgrimage. And then the two of us shall remain together at Jagannath Puri and happily pass our time discussing Krishna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then embraced Lord Sri Ramananda Rai, and after sending him back to his home, the Lord took rest. After rising from the bed next morning, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the local temple where he saw the deity of Hanuman, and after offering him obeisances, the Lord departed for South India. All the residents of Vidyanagara were of different faiths, but after seeing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they all became Vaishnavas. When Ramananda Rai began to feel separation from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was overwhelmed. Meditating on the Lord, he gave up all the businesses. And I have briefly described the meeting between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai. No one can actually describe this meeting exhaustively. It is impossible even for Lord Sheshanaga, who has thousands of hoods. The activities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are like condensed milk, and the activities of Ramananda Rai are like quantities of sugar candy. Their meeting is exactly like the mixture of condensed milk and sugar candy. When they talk of pastimes of Radha and Krishna, camphor is added. One who tastes this combined preparation is the most fortunate. This wonderful preparation has to be taken through the ears. If one takes it, he becomes greedy to relish it even more further. By hearing the talks between Ramananda Rai and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one becomes enlightened with the transcendental knowledge of the mellows of Radha and Krishna's pastime. Thus, one can develop an alloyed love for the lotus feet of Radha and Krishna. The author requests every reader to hear these talks with faith and without argument. And by studying them in this way, one will be able to understand the confidential truth of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This part of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastime is most confidential. One can derive benefits only by faith. Otherwise, by arguments, he'll be lost forever. He who has accepted as everything the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhu, and Advaita Prabhu can attain all this transcendental pleasure. I offer 10 million obeisances unto the lotus feet of Sri Ramanand Rai, because from his mouth such spiritual information has been expanded by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And thus we come to the end of the chapter. Shri Rupa Raghunatha Pade Yara Asa, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Kahe Krishnadas, praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy. I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya-lila, 8th chapter, describing the talks between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai. So here we end it up. From Monday, we will be reading Tripura Rahasya Gyan Khand for another 10 days and hoping to finish it in 10 days. All right, let me just see any comments here. All right, no much comments. My Sakhi Bhava and Sachri Bhava the same? Yes. All right. All right, so we'll see you. May all your day and night be Chaitanyamay, Krishnamay, and we'll see you. Tomorrow we have a class, no? Then we'll see you on Monday only then. Tomorrow.